The latest real estate numbers are in, hot off the real estate board presses. RE/MAX's Sam Correa here to break them down for us. Nice to see you.
Morning.
Let's start with, we got a couple surprises. The first two maybe not so much, but let's start with the number of sales. Have they picked up?
They're actually year to date. The sales are down.
Okay.
Yeah, about 9.2%.
Okay, let's have a look. I think we've got a graph just showing sort of what the, yeah, so there you go. 9.21.
So down about 9.21% from 2015. We're 2084. Same period year over year from last year.
Okay.
So total inventory is up actually. We have 5,300 listings today, and which is up about 3.8%. And the new inventories are based year over year. Last year we had about 5,100 listings over the same period.
Okay, so the new has dropped.
Exactly.
Okay, and then average sale price?
The average sale price has actually increased now because some interesting sales that have happened in the first 60 days. So that brings us back to about an average of $475 for the same period year over year.
Does it surprise you, Sam?
You know, it doesn't surprise me at all, because I think what we have to remember, the same period, if you recall, the first 60 days of 2015, people were not transacting.
Right.
And you know, when people don't transact, and the very few numbers that do transact, of course those numbers are going to be low.
Right. One of the impact, or one of the sort of segments have an impact on this average sale price is the sort of million plus,
Yes.
which had been very cold. I mean, as we've talked about over the sort of almost the last year, we'd really seen that cool down. Wow, look at this, up 28%.
28%. This doesn't surprise me at all, because last year, January, February, March, people were just not jumping into the market. It was still dropping. However, we're actually up about 28% in this segment. And what that basically means is this year we had 63 sales, up 14 sales from last year in the same period.
Right. So what, are you seeing that anecdotally? I mean, what's it like for you on the ground right now?
You know, it's definitely more of a positive environment when sales are actually happening in this price point. And I think it's naturally getting into this time of year where people want to make those decisions. You know, the first quarter, February, March, April, is usually my busiest times of the year in any market.
Okay, so for folks at home that may be considering buying or selling, and maybe we're waiting for a change in the market, is this any sort of change in mindset as far as you're concerned?
Well, I think the numbers have, and the listings have got to a point where what's on the market is really priced appropriate usually. And so not a lot of people fishing out there. They're serious sellers, and it's a great time to get into the market, and it's spring fever.
Right, so people shouldn't be too worried that they're going to jump into the market and then see it drop quite a bit further. You're pretty confident that right now we've hit a pretty even keel?
We're definitely not seeing the listings coming in huge numbers.
Right.
And that's always an indicator. We're a supply and demand business, and obviously when there's not as many listings coming in, that tells us that it's probably going to keep the prices stable here for now.
Right, so finding a bit of equilibrium. Great stuff. Have a good weekend. Thanks.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's RE/MAX's Sam Correa. For more information, head to samcorrea.ca.
The Market, sponsored by Sam Correa of RE/MAX House of Real Estate.